this live right now, so I felt I should just take the opportunity. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm going to do an upsets predictions. I think if you've been watching my live videos, you know how incredibly accurate these live predictions, or rather these live upset predictions are. Um, Even if I don't get the accurate um, pick correctly, basically, I'm able to actually break down what will potentially happen and who will potentially win and what fights you should most likely stay away from. You know, so right now I'm waiting for this whole thing to load so that I can start. Um, so yeah, let me wait for a couple of people to get online and then I'll get started. Let me prepare. Let me prepare. Please bear with me. I'm still going to let me change this so that it doesn't hide the information. Uh, yeah, I think I can get started now. Let's start with the main card. Oh snap! Okay, let me see if I have to be properly visible. Okay, let's start with the main card opener, which is Andre Lima versus Mitch Raposo. Andre Lima where are the odds? Where are the odds? Um, okay, there are no on this particular fight. There are no visible odds as yet, so it's hard for me to actually see. I'm using Topology, and on Topology currently there are no. Hi man, keep going. You're doing great. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I don't get that a lot, so these kinds of comments really make my day. So what do you call him? Andre Lima. I'm assuming Andre Lima has to be the favorite in this particular fight. I can't see any odds right now in this particular fight on Topology, so I'm not particularly sure why that is. But nonetheless, I'm assuming Andre Lima is going to be the favorite in this fight, and I'm assuming Mitra Poso is going to be the underdog. Um, which is rightfully so. I don't think there's going to be an upset here. I mean, the possibility is there, but the possibility is not high, largely because I feel like even though Mitra Poso, I think, is a really talented prospect, he's coming in on short notice, and I feel like Andre Lima will have the advantage basically almost everywhere, whether it's on the feet, whether it's on in terms of striking volume, whether it's um, like in a variety of areas. I feel like Andre Lima will have the advantage. So I don't think an upset is going to happen here. On to the next one. Jocelyn Edwards versus Aileen Perez. Jocelyn Edwards is a plus 210 moderate underdog, and Aileen Perez is a minus 265 moderate favorite. Um, I think Aileen Perez is rightfully the favorite in this particular fight. Much like Andre Lima, I feel like Aileen Perez will have an advantage in a variety of areas. However, it's women's MMA. Know how she's going to show up in that particular fight. Another thing is Aileen Perez has an OnlyFans page, which normally does not really go well. Look at Paige Van Zandt, she's a UFC fighter and she just lost a boxing match to like I don't know. I don't know what to call her, but nonetheless, but we never know with the women's division. But if she shows up, she should win. It's women's MMA, so the best thing you can do for yourself is just stay away from the fight. On to the next one. Mickey Gall versus Basil Hafez is a minus 290 moderate favorite. This is an interesting one, largely because I feel like I know that Mickey Gall has been losing a lot of fights, which is crazy. But I know that Mickey Gall has been losing a lot of fights. Um, but I feel like he has the ability to actually win this one, in my opinion. My subscribers obviously went with Basil, but let me just recap. My subscribers and I picked Andre Lima. My subscribers and I picked Ailin Perez. They picked Basil Hafez. I picked Mickey Gall. Largely because I felt like a lot of people hype Basil Hafez off of his performance against what do you call him, Jack Della Maddalena, which is rightfully so, and I said this even yesterday. But I feel like when it comes to striking volume, and this could also be because of, hey man, could also be because of the fact that he was fighting Jack Della Maddalena, so that's why I didn't feel like he did enough in that particular fight to actually impress me enough to say that he's going to actually win every single fight. I still feel like he has a lot to prove. Um, I honestly feel like two things will happen here. Either Basil Hafez is going to dominate, or Mickey Gall is going to finish him. Those are the only two options that I see happening in this particular fight. So is an upset possible here? I think so. Yeah, highly so. I know a lot of people will probably, I know a lot of people probably want to see it in that particular way, but I see it in that particular way. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But I feel like an upset is actually possible in this particular fight. Just to recap, my subscribers went with Basil Hafez, and I went with Mickey Gall. On to the next one. Nico Price versus Alex Morono. Nico Price is a plus 210, plus 210 moderate underdog, and Alex Morono is a minus 260 moderate favorite. My subscribers went with Alex Morono. I went with Nico Price. Nico Price knocked out Alex Morono in 2017, and although that was a long time ago, normally the people who won the first fight usually win the rematch. I think 82% of the time. So I felt like Nico Price has, a solution or a way to win. And it's not like Alex Morono has looked unbeatable or sensational in his previous fights. I mean, he's looked decent or average, in my opinion, especially in his last fight. So it's not like Alex Morono just improved to this incredible fighter in his last few fights. He's looked horrible as well. So, in my personal opinion, I feel like an upset is highly possible here. I feel like Nico Price is going to win this fight. My subscribers went with Alex Morono. I went with Nico Price. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. On to the next one, Phil Rowe versus Jake Matthews. Phil Rowe is a plus 135 slight underdog, and Jake Matthews is a minus 165 slight favorite. I don't think an upset is possible here. I feel like Jake Matthews is rightfully the favorite in this particular fight. I mean, it's MMA, anything can happen, especially with Phil Rowe having a 100% finishing rate. Before I proceed, I forgot to mention one thing with regards to the fight between Mickey Gall and Basil Hafez. I feel like Mickey Gall's takedown defense might be his downfall in that particular fight, but I still feel like he has a shot at winning. First time here, what's your channel about? The channel is basically about MMA in general, specifically the UFC. I concentrate a lot on statistics on this particular channel. Go through the entire channel, the shorts section especially. You'll see what I'm talking about, even the standard video section. Let me continue. So Phil Rowe has a 100% finishing rate. So I feel like that gives him a shot because every single fight that he's ever won, he finished it. But I feel like Jake Matthews is rightfully the favorite in this particular fight. I don't think there's going to be an upset here. But I will say also with regards to the fight between Nico Price and Alex Morono, that's going to be a coin flip. It's 50-50, so just stay away from that fight. That's the best thing you can do for yourself. Um, as well as I think the Mickey Gall fight versus Basil Hafez, just stay away from that fight. It's going to be 50-50. On to the next one. I did say my subscribers and I picked Jake Matthews. That's our official pick. I did a predictions video before. If you want to check the predictions, this is me actually doing like an upsets prediction. Um, on to the next one. Grant Dawson versus Joe Solecki. Another one. Um, Grant Dawson is a minus 320 moderate favorite, and Joe Solecki is a plus 250. Like he wins this one. But my official pick and my subscribers' official pick is Grant Dawson. On to the next one. Roman Kopylov versus Cesar Almeida. Roman Kopylov is a minus 135 slide favorite, and Cesar Almeida is a plus 115 near even, right? I think Roman Kopylov, in my opinion, I know people like to say, well, Cesar Almeida has fought Alex Pereira and he's going to do all these incredible things in the middleweight division. I mean, we still have to wait and see for him to actually do that. I haven't seen anything special from him. I feel like Roman Kopylov can still win this fight even if it stays on the feet. But Roman Kopylov also has the option of grappling and taking the fight to the ground. And I feel like having that will make Cesar Almeida fight in a different way, which will play to the advantage of Roman Kopylov. So I think an upset is possible here, but the probability of it happening is very low. So I wouldn't necessarily say an upset here will happen. I think favorite in this particular fight. My subscribers and I went with Roman Kopylov. On to the next one. Randy Brown versus Eliseo Zaleski dos Santos. Um, Randy Brown is a minus 155 slight favorite, and Eliseo is a plus 130 slight underdog. I feel like Randy Brown is rightfully the favorite. I think he'll have an advantage almost everywhere. Obviously, Eliezer going to a decision with Rinat Fakhretdinov is an impressive feat. So, if I was anyone, I would just stay away from this fight because an upset is possible. I don't feel like the possibility is high, but it is possible because Dos Santos is really good. But my official pick and my subscribers' official pick is Randy Brown. On to the next one. Jailton Almeida versus Alexander Romanov. Jailton Almeida is a minus 300 moderate favorite, and Alexander Romanov is a plus 240 underdog. I feel like Almeida is rightfully the favorite in this particular fight, largely because of cardio. I think he'll be the better wrestler. The only place that Romanov has an opportunity to win is on the feet. The only issue is that I don't feel like he's a highly skilled finisher or striker that he'll have like a really significant advantage. So I honestly and sincerely think that he's going to gas out or get finished in the first round. I feel like when it comes to heavyweight, you just look at who's healthier, um, combined with the fact that what do you call him? Almeida has skill on top of health. I mean, I feel like he's going to win this one. Is my network connecting properly? Yo, I hope it's not disappointing me. Anyway, my official pick and my subscribers' official pick is um, Jailton Almeida. On to the next one. Kevin Holland versus Michal Oleksiejczuk. I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce that properly. Um, Kevin Holland is a minus 250 moderate favorite, and Michal is a plus 200 moderate underdog. An upset is possible here. This fight could go either way. Mitchell has a legitimate um, possibility of actually winning this particular fight. So, an upset is definitely possible here. So, the best thing you can do for yourself is just stay away from this fight. But I think my official pick and my subscribers' official pick is Kevin Holland. But Mitchell could definitely win this fight, like without a doubt. On to the next one. Sean Strickland versus Paulo Costa. Um, Sean Strickland is a minus 250 moderate favorite, and Paulo Costa is a plus 170 slight underdog. Um, I think Sean Strickland is rightfully the favorite in this particular fight, largely because look at Costa's last good win, like the last ranked win that Paulo had. I think it was Yoel Romero. Like you can just imagine, that was the last good win that Paulo Costa had. Number one, and number two, um, Paulo Costa looked improved in his fight with Robert Whittaker, but he also looked tired. This fight is going to be 5 rounds. I don't feel like Paulo Costa has a finishing ability. He might look good in the early rounds, but I think Sean Strickland is good defensively in order to avoid getting finished in the early rounds, and it will eventually get to um, round three, round four, and that's where I feel like Sean Strickland will take over the fight. I feel like Paulo Costa gasses out a lot, and in a 5 round fight, I think he's going to gas out. So I feel like a possibility for an upset is there, but it's not high, in my opinion. Um, I think Sean Strickland is rightfully the favorite. My subscribers and I officially picked Sean Strickland to win. On to the next one, Islam Makhachev versus Dustin Poirier. Islam Makhachev is a -480 heavy favorite, and Dustin Poirier is a +360 moderate underdog. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I just hope this connection didn't ruin my entire predictions. But in any case, let me just finish up this main event. Islam Makhachev, are you Muslim? Yeah, I am. But I don't think it has anything to do with these predictions. But yeah, I feel like the most complete fighters in the UFC are John Jones, um, Islam Makhachev, and Ilya Topuria. I said this yesterday. These are top three, the most complete fighters in the UFC. Maybe let me say top. Let me give you a top five. I think, in my opinion, the top five is John Jones, Islam Makhachev, Ilya Topuria. What do you call him? Kamaru Usman, and who's the fifth one? The champ has got the belt. Yes. So yeah, let me just leave it at four. So I think Islam Makhachev can decide to strike if he wants to strike, and he still will win. And he proved it against Alexander Volkanovski. And I think Alexander Volkanovski is a better striker. People focus too much on Dustin Poirier's boxing, and they forget that Islam Makhachev actually uses his feet in order to fight. So he doesn't have to exchange with him like using boxing all the time. He can just knock him out with it. He can just knock him out with his legs, his kicks, and that's highly possible. Alexander Volkanovski is one of the best strikers in the UFC, and he knocked him out. So I feel like wherever this fight goes, Islam Makhachev will have the advantage. I've heard rumors of Islam Makhachev having a staph infection and all these type of things, and I feel like even if that's true, I think Islam Makhachev is smart enough to understand that it's going to affect his fighting abilities. So he's going to make sure that this fight ends within the first 2 rounds. And against Dustin Poirier, that's highly possible. I mean, Dustin Poirier has not performed well against any fighter who is able to grapple. He lost to what do you call Habib Nurmagomedov. He lost to Charles Oliveira, and I'm assuming he's going to lose to Islam Makhachev, and through submission. Even if Islam Makhachev has a staph infection, I don't feel like it's going to impact his ability to finish this fight, especially in the first round. Which I don't think this fight will go past the first round if Islam Makhachev actually knows that he has a staph infection. He's going to make sure that he finishes the fight as quickly as possible. So even with an infection, I still feel like Islam Makhachev is going to win this fight. So my official pick and my subscribers' official pick is Islam Makhachev. I feel like he's rightfully the favorite. I don't see an upset happening here. Let me respond to your messages. Itachi champ have the belt. Where will you watch the tournament? I'm based in South Africa, so I'll be watching it on a paid um, television, on a paid satellite of some sort. Yeah, it's called. I'm not going to give them free advertisement, but yeah, there's a paid satellite service provider in South Africa. So it basically has a variety of sports that we can watch, live sports. So fortunately for us, we don't pay pay per view. We just pay like a monthly amount, and we get every fight night and every pay per view in South Africa specifically. Yeah, yeah, that's it. That's it. I'm not gonna call it out, but yeah, that's who's Rita Kemi. Yes, that's the satellite provider that I'm talking about. Will be great card for bro for UFC. Yeah, it's going to be a really good card. What do you think about the Magdagbar Arobai? I think Arobai is a very talented fighter. I still feel like he needs to improve a lot, especially looking at his previous fight. But I mean, he was fighting a really talented prospect, so I can't be too hard on him. But I think he has potential. He just needs to continue to improve. Um, but he KO'd the French guy. Yeah, I feel like Dustin Poirier won the fight against Benoit Saint Denis largely because of the fact that Saint Denis was tired. Saint Denis was making a lot of mistakes that he shouldn't have been making. I feel like if it wasn't for him being tired, I don't think Dustin Poirier would have won that fight. Um, Love from Nigeria. Rita, thank you, man. I appreciate the love. I'll see you guys in the comment section. And until next time, I think I'm going to do a reaction, not live, but I'm going to do a reaction like I always do. If you're new to the channel, just go to the short section. There's so much information there. Just click on the channel right now, and then there will be a section for videos, standard videos. There's a section for shorts. That's where like that's where like a lot of my views come from the shorts. Like there's so much information there, and then there's a live section. I react to pay-per-views and fight nights. I do my predictions, both who's going to win and the upsets like this one. There's so much on the channel, so just go through it and see what you like. Even the video section, I forgot that. So every section, even the community section, every section of this channel like is active. So there are also interviews. I forgot EFC. It's a South African MMA promotion. So I interview their champions, specifically their main event and co-main events for every single card. So the interviews are in a playlist on the channel. Just go to playlist, and then you'll see the interviews in that particular folder. It's live interviews. Until next time, I appreciate and love all of you guys. Deuces.